Hi Taurus, this is Tisch Aitken, and this is your monthly astrological report for the month of September 2022. If you could please subscribe to my channel, I would really appreciate it. It has been a wild summer, and I do not need to tell you that because you out of any sign know about the Uranian unpredictable, brilliant, and disruptive energy under which all of us have been operating. Uranus, which is the planet of brilliance, chaos, surprise, and illumination, entered your sign initially on May 15th of 2018, and it left there for a brief while in November of 2018. It returned in early part of 2019, and it's going to be there for a while. And it takes approximately 84 years to transit, and it brings rapid changes, breakthroughs. It can bring major change in your life, but it can be incredibly unpredictable and disruptive, and in that way, very challenging. And recently, Uranus, which again takes 84 years to orbit, met up with the North Node of Karma, which is transiting in your sign and will be until July 12th of 2023. And the last time Uranus was in Taurus and met up with the nodes of fate in the Taurus Scorpio axis was in January of 1939, when Uranus met up with the South Node of Karma in Taurus. And that's about releasing something. And Uranus doesn't like being in Taurus because you are such a grounded and predictable sign and very centered and practical. Uranus is the mad scientist. It's genius, but it also is chaos. And through breaking free from a lot of things that are binding you and holding you back, it can again be very jarring, but it can bring incredible insights. But you're a sign that likes to move slowly and integrate, and this is not that kind of energy. And for many, I have found that this time, definitely when Uranus is traveling closely to a planet or causing a lot of influence, which it indeed is, because it met up with the North Node of Karma at 18 degrees of the fixed earth sign of Taurus in your sign on July 31st. Mars, the planet of action, drive, and passion, met up with the two on August 1st and set off an incredibly erratic, exciting, and unpredictable journey. And Mars and Uranus together can be very volatile, impulsive. Sometimes it can be violent energy, but it also is about taking action, to be innovative, to take courage, to have courage, to take risks, to do new things. And Uranus to me is a little like the Fool card, where you do pursue different paths you never have before. You have a sense of anticipation, and you can be very ingenious in the things you learn. There are a lot of exciting can open, and this is true for you because Uranus meeting up with the North Node of fate. The North Node is where you're meant to be going, and the two meeting up, they're still traveling together in the month of August. They're separated, still together. The North Node represents the collective future and collective destiny, but it can bring very fated and opportune connections, opportunities, events that come into your life in a flash and can be incredibly exciting, something that you never thought would happen. And so that energy is very strong and very real. And realizing for you that you're really meant to grow something of value. All of us are, with the North Node in Taurus, because it's ruled by Venus, the planet of love, beauty, and value. But for you, it's transiting in your sign, which happens approximately every 8.5 years, either this North Node or the South Node. But having it in your sign is about growing something of value in your life, something of meaning. And so this is a very significant time. Uranus definitely can be very disruptive and raise your anxiety, and so you could have been feeling that as well. But thrive on the excitement and thinking on your feet and taking risks to make things happen. So we begin the month, the sun is transiting in the mutable earth sign of Virgo, in your house of romance, love, creativity, and self-expression. This is a time to have fun. It's time for enjoying romance and having joy in your life, and also being very creative. Venus is transiting in the fixed fire sign of Leo, in your house of home and family and emotional foundation. It'll be there for a little while longer as we begin the month, and then it will enter Virgo. But this is about fixing up your environment, beautifying things, getting organized. If you work from home, it can definitely bring financial opportunities. Uranus and the North Node and Mars are still traveling in, well, Mars no longer is actually, but Uranus and the North Node are still transiting in your sign, only within 2 degrees. So this is bringing incredible change and illumination. Be open to all that you're going to be experiencing with this, because even though it is disruptive, it's highly exciting, and probably one of the biggest times in your life in terms of really learning something outrageous, something that you never thought you could learn, or something that, yes, there will be a lot of change, but some of it could be good and exciting. So be open to that, because you are a fixed sign and you like fixed routines. And so Mars, which is the planet of action, entered the mutable air sign of Gemini on August 20th. And it's going to remain in the sign of Gemini through March 26th of 2023. And that's a really long time. And it's transiting in your house of income, money, and what you value. And Mars is going to retrograde at 25 degrees and 37 minutes of Gemini on October 30th through January 12th, when it stations direct at 8 degrees and 8 minutes of Gemini. And the entire time it's going to be in Gemini, it's in your house of money and resources, possessions, skills and skill set, income, and what you value, as well as how you can be creative. When Mars is retrograde, that only happens once every 2 years, and it is a personal planet. So it's not retrograding in September, but Mercury will retrograde, so we will have retrograde energy. Uranus, the planet of chaos, which is transiting in your sign, retrograded on August 24th. We felt the buildup 5 days before, and we feel it 5 days after. And that can bring earthquakes and disruption and crazy news stories, unexpected events. But Mercury, which is a personal planet, will retrograde on September 9th. I still feel you get the green light on moving ahead in projects you need to do, because Mars will retrograde at the end of October. And it also is a personal planet, which helps you to propel forward. And it's in your house of money and value. You're reassessing and reevaluating things in that area, how you can be more creative. You are a very creative sign. How you can be better with your finances and bring new opportunities in which to bring income. But it is not an ideal time to launch something new altogether. It's a time to reevaluate, reconsider, reassess, and return to certain things. If there are work projects or financial projects you're returning to, that's excellent. But in terms of launching something new, September's fine. Mars technically enters its shadow, meaning the degree at which it stations direct on January 12th. On September 3rd, when it gets to 8 degrees of Gemini. But Mercury retrograde, you may have to reassess things. It's initially retrograding in your house of work and daily routine. And then, let's see, it's going to re-enter the sign of Virgo on September 23rd in your house of romance and creativity, and reconsidering how you can be more creative and obtain your heart's joy. So there is a retrograde theme, but again, Mars is not yet retrograde. So we begin the month on September 1st. Mars, the planet of action and drive, forms a positive aspect to Jupiter, the grand benefic, the luckiest planet. For you, this could bring good financial opportunities. It's an aspect of good fortune. Listen to your intuition. Jupiter is expanding your intuition and your dreams and working with your dreams. On September 4th or September 5th, depending on where you live, Venus, which rules your sign, enters the mutable earth sign of Virgo, where it will be through September 29th. It's technically in its fall position in Virgo. It's not that strong, but it is a fellow earth sign, and it's transiting in your house of romance and love. So this is good for meeting new people if you're single, good for having fun, good for joy and beauty. So that's nice. On September 9th, Mercury, which is the planet of communication, officially retrogrades at 8 degrees and 55 minutes of the cardinal air sign of Libra in your house of work and daily routine. And this is an excellent opportunity to reassess your habits, your health regimen, your work, how you can be more productive, but also have balance in that area of your life. Libra is very much a sign of balance, and it is going to return to Virgo in your house of romance, fun, and heart's desire. So reassessing how you can get what you want in that area. But this is good for returning to work projects and fixing things up, tweaking, editing, etc. On September 10th, there is a full moon that takes place at 5:59 a.m. Eastern Daylight Time at 17 degrees and 41 minutes of the mutable water sign of Pisces. This falls in your house of friends and groups and community. There could be some emotional situations with friends or romantic partners. Pisces is a very sensitive sign, and it could bring fruition to something you've been working on. Maybe you've been hanging out with some people and you're getting to know them better. Maybe you've been dating for a while and it takes another level. But it is emotional energy, and it is a full moon in Pisces. So people can act much more emotional with that energy. On September 11th, the sun forms a positive aspect to Uranus. That's very innovative energy and good for being inventive and creative. On September 16th, Venus forms a challenging aspect to Mars, and that can be sexy energy, but it can be difficult for it just can be contentious a little bit and combative. And the sun opposes Neptune, and that can also be difficult with friends, being draining perhaps, maybe romantic partners being a little draining, and just needing more rest. On September 17th, the moon enters the mutable air sign of Gemini. That's social energy. That's good for you for focusing on your finances and being creative. On September 18th, let's see, we've got Mercury opposes Jupiter, and that is a very creative energy, good for manifesting. For you, you can be very busy, but it's also good for manifesting with your imagination. And the sun trines Pluto, which is really good for romance, and it's good for you for feeling empowered. It's very positive energy. On September 19th, Venus forms a beautiful aspect to Uranus, and this brings unexpected opportunities. For you, it could bring unexpected romantic opportunities and meetups. It's very creative and innovative energy. On September 22nd, we have the fall equinox in the northern hemisphere and the spring equinox in the southern hemisphere, and is one of 2 times of the year when the sun is directly above the equator and is equal day and equal night. And this is a time to honor the season ahead. And the sun will be in Libra in your house of work and daily routine, bringing light to that area from September 22nd through October 23rd. And this is good for being creative in your work and bringing light to things that you're trying to ingrain, some habits or routines that you want to do for working out or being healthy. And this brings a more optimistic energy. And the equinox chart has Taurus rising, so your sign is the rising sign. Therefore, Venus rules the chart. Uranus and the North Node are still very much a part of the season ahead because they are only within a few degrees of one another in the chart for the equinox. And I cast the chart for Washington, D.C., which has Taurus rising. So they're conjunct the ascendant and the North Node of Karma, breaking out of your comfort zone to bring value and beauty to this new broken world that needs healing and can be healed, but needs to honor the loss and pain in order to heal and bring beauty and values. So that's important. And Mercury and the Sun will be conjunct at the world point in Libra, which is also ruled by Venus and is love and partnerships, partnering with others, helping others, getting together to organize in the house of love and the heart chakra, opposing Jupiter, the planet of vision and expansion and good fortune, in the house of dreams and compassion. So there's a lot to work with love and manifestation and generosity and gratitude in a very, very tough time. On September 23rd, the Sun meets up with Mercury, very good for you for strategizing at work. And then it re-enters the mutable earth sign of Virgo, transiting in your house of romance and love affairs. It will station direct on October 2nd at 24 degrees and 12 minutes of the sign of Virgo. So now old lovers can return. You're also reassessing how you can have more fun and be creative in this time. And then on September 24th, Venus opposes Neptune, and that could bring challenges with friends or groups, misunderstandings, can be very creative energy if used properly and can be manifesting, but sometimes feelings can be hurt, so be extra conscious. On September 25th, there is a new moon that takes place at 5:59 a.m. Eastern Daylight Time. And the new moon is at 2 degrees and 49 minutes of the cardinal air sign of Libra in your house of work and routine. A good time to plant new seeds about the habits you want to initiate. The new moon is always a time to do the law of abundance, to magnetize new opportunities work-wise and in any area you want to try to magnetize good fortune and to set intentions. And Venus, which rules the sign of Libra, forms a beautiful trine to Pluto, and that is when 2 planets are 120 degrees apart and they form a very lucky flow of energy. On September 26th, the Sun opposes Jupiter, and that is expansive and manifesting energy and good for you for work and also for tapping into manifesting energy. And Venus meets up with Mars that day. Venus meets up with Mercury that day, and that's very creative. That can be good for your love life and definitely tapping into inner self-expression. On September 27th, Mercury, the planet of communication, forms an excellent aspect to Pluto. Very empowering, good for being creative, good for tapping into manifesting energy for you. And on that date, Mars, the planet of action, forms a positive aspect to Saturn, which is the planet of responsibility and stability. And Saturn is transiting in your house of career. This could bring excellent financial and professional opportunities, and good for really, getting your work done. And that carries over to September 28th, depending on where you live. On September 29th, Venus enters the cardinal air sign of Libra, which it also rules in astrology. It's the other sign aside from your own, and it'll be there through October 23rd, transiting in your house of work and daily regimen, bringing love and creativity and beauty to your habits and to your work. I wish you a lot of luck, Taurus. You've been through the ringer, you've been through it, and so good luck and take care and be creative and invent a new world that you love.